Hey there, my name is Rohit Kumar, and today we are going to discuss another important research topic, which is data mining. So here is the data mining related diagrams, and here you can see that it's a kind of process where you need to go through a predefined set of steps, and there you need to apply different sorts of key technologies and analysis tools in each of these process steps. Now coming to when we say data mining, so I'm not going into the technical details because in this particular series of research topic and domain, we just discuss the bare related concepts which are related to the basic understanding of research with respect to a particular domain. And that's why with respect to data mining also, we are going to discuss some of the basic things that how and why the concept of data mining is important and what exactly data mining is, which are the related key research domains, which are the related institutes kind of funding research, etc. Okay, and after listening all these things, if you think that this particular domain seems suitable, please carry forward your research into this. So coming to the concept of data mining, let me tell you that it's a process of extracting and discovering patterns. Now, patterns or the kind of different sorts of, if you say, specific organizations of different kind of syntaxes or the different kinds of meanings that you are trying to find through a lot of data that is available in front of you in the form of big data or might be small data, but again it is some sort of data, and that's why it is mining the data, and the name comes data mining. Okay, so here obviously when you are trying to extract or discover the patterns in some data set, then you need to apply some sort of mathematical methods or the models, and then you are supposed to apply some sorts of different machine learning statistical tools, etc., and try to find the related information that you are really interested in. Okay, so data mining, when we in detail discuss the concept of data mining, then the concept comes that it uses different sorts of visual, textual, or different other forms of data, and in which it applies the different analysis tools like textual analysis, database management system based analysis tools, and some of the related things like the linguistic and mathematical statistics. So in this way, when these sort of things come together and you apply these sort of tools and techniques in a specific scientific way, then the concept of data mining or the process of data mining comes into the picture. Now, in addition to this, the database engineering, database management, and the related aspects, then pre-processing, construction of the related statistical models, and then their computational complexity understanding, then how to extract the data out of, how to extract the patterns or the kind of specific structures that you are looking for out of data, then how to manage the data in warehouses, then some of the analysis and analytics tools or the processes, and the different applications which are related to these different forms of data mining. So when you consider all these aspects, then the wholesome concept of data mining comes into picture, and hopefully you do have a basic idea of this sort of thing, because the concept of data mining gets applied in almost every field. Now, if it is so widely popular, then what are the statistics? So let me tell you that more than 180 plus countries authors have been consistently in exploration of data mining in different forms, and more than 90,000 plus researchers have been exploring the related concepts. Okay, so some of the related universities, if we say, then French National University for Scientific Research, then University of California System, Chinese Academy of Sciences, etc., are actively involved. And what topics they are researching on? So some of the related topics do include, first thing, that many times the security is there because privacy and etc. are there. So when you are mining data, you should not disclose the data. So this sort of issues come into picture. Then effective mining and learning, then effective analysis, then optimized pre-processing of data, then the data reduction, is the related concept, because many so much you can say the ambiguous or sort of duplicate data might be present in your data set, and if you are just applying the data mining algorithms without doing any sort of pre-processing, then obviously it is going to give you false results, as well as it is going to take a lot more computational resources and time. Okay, so in addition to these things, you need to consider the concept of whether you are going to have the posterior algorithm or the a priori algorithms. So posterior algorithms don't have the kind of notion of understanding or the motive of the user in advance, but a priori algorithms do have, and in this way they are kind of different. Then again, if you want to have more understanding, you can go and have the related analysis. Then the affinity analysis, the drift in the data, then the fair use policy, etc. All these concepts are related to the concept of data mining. Then some web scraping tools are used for the purpose of data gathering, collection, and analysis. And further, the data streams are important, because where you are getting the data, from where you are taking the data, it is very important. If your data source is not reliable, ultimately your whole analysis, analytics, the kind of pre-processing, then your data mining algorithms are of no use, because ultimately your heuristic will be completely wrong, because your data means the fundamental is very wrong. Okay, now coming to the different institutions. So again, wherever the concept of big data means, most of the medical organizations or the bodies are actively involved in this sort of research, because most of the funding do come from there, and most of the publication, the research sort of relatively do happen in medical domain. So National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, National Institute of General Medicine Sciences, and the National Institute of Child Health and Human Development, then National Institute of Diabetes and Digestive and Kidney Diseases, National Human Genome Research Institute, European Commission, National Cancer Institute, etc. So many different institutions are involved, and different national institutes may be focusing on the health, medicine, eye related things, then the nursery related research, the advanced translational sciences based research, or the sort of biological research, sciences and engineering based research, might be the technological facilities and other things they might be focusing on. But whole sort of these things do come from the institutions which are having the kind of good funding available at their side, because when you go for research, then a lot more funding is required, because you are going into a different direction, means research is required for a direction which is not explored much, or kind of unexplored only. So when you are going in that direction, then a lot of chances are failure are there, and lots of chances do indicate that if you go into that particular direction, the required or the desirable results are not going to come. So you need to hire the personals, you need to hire the different sorts of technological or tools, and again you need to set up a particular infrastructure or the labs. So all these things do need funding. So that's why mostly the public institutions or the bodies, they do come into picture, especially if there are some big giants in private sector also, like the private industries, Google, Microsoft, etc., IBM. So they do also come, and they do offer their research kind of facility for general people in some sort, but mostly they have closed the research lab. Okay, so when we say that lot more activity is there, so continue coming to the work means the actual research. So actual research do come in the form of patent or some copyright or some journal, means some publication or related things. So some related journals with respect to the data mining do include the Technometrics, IEEE Access, Procedure of Computer Science, Biometrica, then the Journal of Royal Statistical Society, Information Sciences, then the expert systems with applications, knowledge-based systems, biometrics, AIP conference proceedings, computational statistics and data analysis, advanced material sciences, the mathematical researches, and the American statisticians and other things. Means so many different journals and the publishers like the Elsevier, Wiley, Springer, Hill and Francis, Sage, Oxford University Press, IOP Publishing, the Association for Computing Machinery means the ACM, then the Multidisciplinary Digital Institute means MDPI, Transtech, Cambridge University, iOS Press, etc. So many publishers are there, and you may go for them you may explore the related articles and the journals, and then you will have a basic understanding that what sort of things are available. Additionally, for better access, you can go for open access option also while publishing, but that will need you the financial support. So means if you have the financial liberty at your side, means you do have a lot of funds, then you should go for open access, else it is not recommended for individual or the researcher without funding. Then coming to some of the related articles, so some of the most recent articles which are published or which have been accepted for publishing include the statistically robust clustering techniques for mapping spatial hotspots. It's a survey and is accepted for publishing in a ACM computing survey. Then the Statica Sinica include a maximum of efficient design for multivariate generalized linear models. So a lot more mathematical model and the techniques are included in this particular domain, because ultimately mining is going to perform some sort of computation. Ultimately, auto intelligence based mining you need to set up inside the memory of a particular, you can say, robot or kind of your cyber physical system, or if it means any sort of system, whatever you are trying to apply mining on. Okay, then the dynamic acquisition method of users and implicit information demand based on associate rule mining is accepted for International Journal of Autonomous and Adaptive Communication System. Then biology of sport includes the effect of combining HIIT and trial and training on strength technique and 100-meter butterfly swimming performance in age group swimmers. It's a kind of randomized controlled trial. Okay, so when we say that mining, as I told in the start only, that there are so many fields, whether it's the field of communication, of autonomic computing, where it's a field of statistical analysis, whether it's a field of computer-based communication, whether it's a field of industrial engineering, whether it's a field of big data research, it's a field of service computing, or the behavioral sciences, or the psychological analysis. So many different fields are there, and so many different journals and the articles are there. And if you go and have a better exploration, then you will get to know that so many different kind of subdomains are present there where your interest lies, because ultimately not in one direction or other, but definitely in some direction you will find your related research interest. Okay, and once you get that, then you can go for them and you can work. Additionally, you may look at what are the related universities, because if you are looking for the collaboration or looking for funding, or if you are looking for the future possibilities of research, might be some PhD or postdoc or your research program, then you should go and search it, because the university names, some of the university names I'm going to tell you here, the data mining related research is actively under exploration. So University of California System, Russian Academy of Sciences, Howard University, University of Minnesota, then the University of London, then University of Wisconsin System, University of Granada, State University of New York, IBM, which is an industry, and then the University of Washington, University of Tokyo, etc. So many different universities are there. In addition to these, the Indian universities, especially the Indian Statistical Institute, Dhanbad, etc. So many mathematical institutes like CMI, Chennai, and the other mathematical institutes present in India as well as abroad, you can apply, because ultimately mathematics has a lot more impact on the concept and process of data mining. So coming to the closure of this particular video, I would like to ask for your suggestions. If you don't like anything, please do comment below and let me know that how I can improve my videos. Additionally, if you think that something didn't get covered in this particular video, on some facts were wrong, please do tell me so that I could explore more and improve the analysis of my future videos. Thanks for watching it and happy learning.